Republican obstruction just hit a new record level. The Hill reports here. A House panel on Thursday rejected multiple efforts by Democrats to eliminate a budget amendment that has frozen nearly all government research into gun violence for 17 years. During a markup of the next year's health spending bill, Republicans blocked two amendments that would have allowed the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention to study gun-related deaths. Neither had a recorded vote. So this is fucking lovely. Republicans are obstructing even research into gun violence because, you know, that infringes on their liberty and their freedom and their Second Amendment rights. Is there anybody who can make a logical argument for this? A rational argument of, no, here's why that's a good thing. No, you can't do it. You want to know why? Because the reason behind this is right there for us to see. Nobody's hiding it. You have the gun manufacturers, so the people who make money off selling guns, giving money to the leadership of the NRA. Not the people. The actual people in the NRA are not unreasonable according to the polls. They're for some sane gun reforms. But the gun manufacturers give money to the leadership of the NRA, they give money to the Republicans, and they give it with strings attached. So they're saying, look, we give you this money, you got to block any and all proposals on guns. You got to keep it exactly as it is now. If anybody wants to cut a dime into our profits, you're opposing that legislation. So this is the result. Even when the Democrats go as weak as saying, all right, we're giving up on all the other reforms. Let's just research gun deaths and get some statistics on guns in America. They go, nope, we're not going to do that. We're going to block that too. If the Democrats were smart, they could, I'm telling you, they could ride this issue to a giant election victory. 90% of the country is in favor of a universal background check for all gun purchases. That's not an unreasonable policy. That's the most reasonable policy. Hence, 90% of people agreeing with it. Majority of Democrats, majority of independents, majority of Republicans, a majority of NRA members. Again, reasonable as opposed to the leadership. They're all for it, and the Republicans still block it. They block it. So where are you, Democrats? Go out on all the Sunday shows. Do a media blitz. And you say, okay, call your congressman and ask them why they disagree with 90% of the American people. Ask them why they think their opinion should override the will of the people in a fucking democracy. Ask them that. And whatever argument they come up with is guaranteed to be bullshit. Oh, Second Amendment means you can't research guns. What the fuck are you saying? Means you can't have background checks. You just fucking made that up. Means you can't regulate it. Really, you can't regulate it. Funny way of showing that when in the Second Amendment, the word regulate is there. People, I know. People only right to bear arms. That's the part that people remember. They don't remember the first part. A well-regulated militia. Necessary for the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. But forget the first part, because it's inconvenient. It says the word regulated. And they argue, you are not allowed to regulate. Did you know even fucking Antonin Scalia, one of the furthest right-wing justices, arguably in American history, even he's like, where's the fucking question here? Of course, if states want to regulate, for example, assault weapons, if they want to ban certain kinds of guns. Even Antonin Scalia is like, yeah, there's no problem with that. Why? Because they had fucking muskets back in the day when the Second Amendment was passed. It took you an hour and a half to reload, and your accuracy was dismal. So, and now people are like, no, that means I have a right to an AR-15. That means I have a right to an AK-47. No, it doesn't. And again, I'm ranting against people here. I'm not even ranting against that many people, because the overwhelming majority of the American people are with us. Did you know every gun reform proposal is now majority popular? Ban on high-capacity magazines, ban on assault weapons, universal background checks. All the reasonable ones. If you want to do a gun buyback program. So you don't ban guns. I think that goes too far. What you do is a buyback program. So give people an offer they can't refuse and have them turn in all the guns that they don't use and they don't need and all that stuff. And then you limit the number of guns across the country. So, I mean, look at this, man. They're even blocking fucking research. What possible argument could you have? We shouldn't know facts about this. Well, they don't want people to know the facts because when we do get facts on it, it shows that their narrative is bullshit. Their narrative is what? More guns equals more peace. Well, from the numbers that we do have on gun violence, what do we know? 32,000 gun deaths every single year. Homicides, suicides, accidents. That's all forms of gun death. Okay? Over 11,000 homicides. That's not like any other modern nation. We're through the fucking roof on that. Through the roof. So, when we have more facts, the picture becomes obvious. Well, we need to do some kind of gun reform if we care about this public health crisis. They don't like that conclusion. So just nip the research in the bud and don't do any more research. That's their fucking answer. Isn't that crazy? They can't win on the argument when the facts are known. So let's just obliterate the facts and have no more facts. Well, thankfully, there are some non-governmental bodies that have looked into this, and we do know some things. Like, for example, there was a meta-analysis from Harvard that looked into all the credible gun studies, and they found that where there are more guns, there is more homicide. So, where there are more guns, there are more gun deaths. Wow, hard to figure out, but apparently some people didn't believe it. They thought more guns equals more peace. Well, your theory is incorrect based on the data, based on the studies, the meta-analysis, which is an amalgamation of the studies. So, but go ahead, keep obstructing. If I was leading the Democrats, it'd be over on this. It'd be over. I would laugh as you continued to obstruct, because every single time you fucking obstructed, I'd make your life a living hell. And I'd make it so that you're guaranteed to lose the next election. We'd be guaranteed to win off this issue, because you don't care what the people think, and we do.